What's going on, guys? Welcome back to another video here on the Water Juice channel. Welcome back to the NASCAR Heat 5 series we got going on the channel, the Cup series that we have moving on further on the channel. In the last episode, we did race number 5 of the season at Atlanta, and we finished second because who was it? It was let me go back to the standings real quick. It was Chris Buescher, I'm pretty sure, who won the race. Yeah, there he is. I went right past him. Chris Buescher, who won the third or the fifth race of the season, but the third person to win a race. He led every single lap. I'm pretty sure there was 43 laps. I'm pretty sure he led every single lap of that race. He put a pretty large gap between me and him, between first and second. So I think 95 is going to be the difficulty that we ride with for a couple of, maybe the rest of this season, depending on how the season ends. If it ends competitive, then I'll keep it on 95 and we'll keep going. But if it starts to get a little too easy, then I'll raise it up a little bit. But I think 95 is a good place to keep the difficulty right now. We got, especially with the shorter distance, because I have a feeling that 95 difficulty isn't that bad on full race distance, but only on 13% race distance, it's pretty difficult. So I think we're gonna keep it right there. But it's good because I don't want to win every single race. That's not how it happens in real life. So the fact that I've won 3 races already is fact that we need to move up the difficulty. So that's what I've done. We've won 3 races. We haven't won a race since that final race at what was it? It was at Auto Club. Is the last race that we won. Then we finished 15th and then 2nd. So we got Homestead, Miami on the schedule for this week. If you guys are super excited for another episode, make sure to smash that like button on the video, hit the notification bell and the subscription button while you're down. It takes a few seconds. That really helps me out. I really do appreciate it. And let's head to Homestead, Miami. I'll see you guys on the track. All right, here we are at Homestead for the Dixie Vodka 400. We got to get some practice time in. The goal, I should say, is 33.8 seconds.
Let's go.
It's a pretty decent sized oval. It's just a regular speedway, so we shouldn't have too much difficulty on this track. We should be able to finish in hopefully top 3 positioning, maybe even win the race. But we got to get a feel for excuse me, we got to get a feel for where the speed is. And we got to get a feel for, just like right there on turn 2, how quick into the turn do we have to let go of the acceleration, or can we go pretty deep into the turn like we just did without letting go of the acceleration? All these things have to be figured out in practice so that during the race we're not trying to scramble and figure that stuff out. So I think we're doing pretty good right now. That was a good little warm-up one before the time starts. So, I stopped swerving. Maybe we can get faster. But we're trying to hit 33.8 or a little bit quicker than that. And this one was a bad turn too because I didn't let go. I went a little too deep into the turn with the accelerator on. So I don't think we're going to get 33.8. Oh, 33.3. Okay, we are going quick. This Richard Petty 43 is quick at Homestead. That's good to know. That is very, very good to know that we are going to be quick at Homestead. Maybe we can end up getting a W. As long as we got to make sure that we got to stop Truex from having good finishes, because he is really the only threat right now. I mean, Joey Logano's up there in 3rd, or in 4th, I guess, because he doesn't have a win. But yeah, we're quick. We're quick. We don't need to practice anymore. But as I was saying, we got to make sure that Martin Truex Jr. doesn't get a very good finish, because, or we got to make sure that we get a better finish than him, I should say, because he is really the only threat at our chance at a championship this season. So who knows, that could change by the end of the season, and when we get into the playoffs, Truex could fall out, or somebody else could inject themselves into the situation, or we could fall out. Who and really doesn't, nobody knows at this point. But that was a horrible turn 2 right there. It seems like turn 2 is going to be my my kryptonite in this race. I'm gonna have to remember to let off the accelerator a little bit. Okay, we got one lap. We were hitting 33.3s in practice, so if we can hit 33.3s in here, we'll be sitting on the pole. That was a good turn one. Get right up on the wall to get that speed, that air off the walls. And then dive bomb down into turn two, let off the accelerator, and then boost it right at the end, right there. And we should be hitting 33.3, maybe? 33.2. We got the pole, baby. This car's fast. I'm feeling good about this race. This car is very, very fast. So Kenseth will be running next to us on the outside lane. Then Kyle Busch is there. Denny Hamlin's up in the top. Any notables? Where's Truex at? Did I pass him? I must have passed Truex. Yeah, there he is. He's sitting 13th. Okay. Truex is sitting 13th. Kevin Harvick in 21st. Jimmy Johnson 24th. Chase Elliott 27th. Austin Dillon 29th. Ricky Stenhouse Jr. 33rd. Some of these bigger name guys struggling a little bit in this season. But now we got the actual race, the Homestead Miami. It is kind of a night race. So we're racing under the lights in Miami. We got Kenseth to our right and Kyle Busch behind us, along with Denny Hamlin. So it's the usual suspects up here at the beginning of the race. We're gonna get past Kenseth, and we're gonna take sole possession of the lead here to start this race at Homestead. Now hopefully we can create a gap and absolutely just sail our way to a 4th victory this season, or we do what I just did there and screw ourselves by going fast in turn 2 and allowing Kyle Busch and Matt Kenseth and them to catch up to us, which is not what we're trying to do. But I hit a 36.1 on that, so we're gonna have to slow it down. Yeah, I'm gonna have to slow. I'm screwing myself on these turns already, and it's only lap 2. But we are gonna have to pace ourselves in these turns so that we can keep ourselves level as we head into the straightaway. Just like that. That was a beautiful turn 2. Exactly what I needed to do. And it looks like we're pulling away from Busch, from Kyle Busch. 33.5. That would have got pole too, because I think it was 33.6 was the time that we had to beat. And this one is looking like an ugly race. Maybe we are going to have to bump up the difficulty even more, because this is already looking pretty ugly, and it's only lap 3. And I'm already starting to pull away from these guys. Maybe the Richard Petty 43 is just that quick at Homestead. Who knows? But it's feeling good. It's controlling well. It's handling well. We got quick cars. The brakes are good. We're pulling away from Denny Hamlin. They're just entering turn 1, and we're leaving turn 1. I don't know. It may be a lot of time lapsing in this race. Who would have thought that I would have got the pole and then led the entire race? I don't know. I'm gonna have to do some practicing.
Your best lap ever.
My best lap ever. Oh, that was a 33.0.05. That's a fast freaking lap. All right, yeah. So at the end of this lap, to start lap 6, I will time lapse it, because it's gonna get pretty boring if I'm just gonna be out in front this entire time. And then whatever happens if Denny Hamlin, because Denny Hamlin's actually pulling away from the rest of the pack. So if he catches me, I'll bring you guys back in. If I keep pulling away and we end up finishing, then I'll pull you guys back in then. But I'll see you guys then.
I know you feel like you want me, and I guess in a way you do. Holding my breath, unraveling emotions. I need some space to think this through. Call me all night long. Try to give you hints and a hard to see. Right on the line, no. Losing it on you's the last thing is in my eyes. Feels like I could break at any moment and shatter your insides. If you feel my mind, call me all night long. Try to give you hints that are hard to see. Right on the line.
Still there. Got one up top.
Okay, I gotta pull you guys back in real quick because for some reason I am losing all control of my car.
Outside.
I am not 100% sure what is going on. My tires I think are a little bit worn from me drifting around these turns like I have been. I just crashed Chase Elliott on accident because I lost control of the car, and then I just crashed somebody else because I lost control of the car. I am not doing it on purpose. I am not racing dirty. I lost control of the car around these turns and stuff. So
All right, you're
I think
clear.
my tires are a bit worn, but that's all that that's all that I was gonna bring to you guys. I can go back
Stay
into
low, stay low. Clear
we can
high,
go back
bud.
into what should we call it now? Back in the time lapse.
I know losing it on you's the last thing I know. If I'm honest, I'll just make you cry, and I don't wanna fight with you. I would rather lie to you. I promise now's not the right time, and I don't wanna fight with you. I would rather lie to you. I would rather lie. I would rather lie.
Here to go.
Okay, I think I can bring you guys back in now for the final time. The car feels better now. I don't know what happened on those couple of laps back there previously where I crashed into Chase Elliott. I didn't mean to wreck his race. That's totally not what I was intending to do. I was just trying to get by him. But as I was dropping down low, he happened to get a little burst of speed and go underneath me. I didn't see that, so I was already headed down low. He was coming up high, and he took the brunt of it.
Still there. All right, you're clear.
That was not my intention at all to wreck Chase Elliott, but hopefully he recovered and he's not too far back in the pack now. But I have lapped
Still there.
the top 7 now. I may be able to get 6. If this is 6, no, it's Cole Custer. But who's in front of me? I'm not going to get 6. I did lap the top 7 though.
Good job, driver.
And
Winner
we
and then
win.
checker flag.
Another victory, our 4th victory of the season. And we're probably going to have to raise the difficulty because that was far too easy. There it is. Get that burnout going. Yeah. We win the Dixie Vodka 400, baby. All right. We finished in 1st. Then Denny Hamlin, Joey Logano, Kyle Busch, Chris Buescher, and Martin Truex Jr. So Truex finishes in 6th, which is a decent amount of points, but with a victory for us, that's a good that is a good point gap. I couldn't figure out what I was trying to say there. But where did Chase Elliott did recover to 18th, but I dropped him out of the top 10, which kind of sucks. And who was the other guy that I wrecked? I wrecked somebody else on accident. I did not mean to. I don't know, but the first guy to be 2 laps down is Austin Dillon. We didn't get to lap Cole Custer because when we were passing him, it was right at the right at the finish line. So, but we lapped the tops, everybody till 6, and then Truex was the first guy on the lead lap. So that's how the race went. I kind of sucked a little bit, but we do open the gap up on Truex, which is good. And there's the celebration with the Dixie Vodka 400 trophy. Congratulations to Bubba Wallace, but I'm going to do a little bit of testing off camera testing at the next track and see if the difficulty of 96 or 97 is where we need to be, or if we need to raise up even further than that. So fastest lap was us. Most laps led was us. We led every single lap. Matt Di Benedetto started 40th and finished 24th. So congratulations to him. And Tyler Reddick started 11th and finished 34th. So that's bad for Tyler Reddick. But I will see you guys back at the home screen. All right, so the result is a win at Miami. And now we go to Texas. We can have a little bit of an update at the of the season standings and the point standings. So we're still sitting in first place with 217 points, 4 victories. Truex has a victory. He's sitting at 187 points. And Chris Buescher has a victory, 133 points. So let's go to regulars. Who's struggling so far? Chad Finkham only has 7 points. Ricky Stenhouse with 55 points. Any big names down here? Austin Dillon only 80 points. Jimmy Johnson 84 points. Daniel Suarez 100 points. Chase Elliott 103 points. Kevin Harvick and William Byron at 139. Chris Buescher, who does have a victory but only has 133 points. So some of these guys struggling a little bit here. They need to get some more top 5 finishes, top 10 finishes even. But we are going to be in Texas for the O'Reilly Auto Parts 500. It's a speedway, but it's a smaller speedway, so it's going to have more laps. It's going to have 44 laps. And like I said at the end of the race earlier, I am going to do a little bit of off-camera testing to test out the difficulties of 96, 97, maybe even 98, just to see. I am going to use the bubble. I'm going to use the 43 car too, so that I can get a good comparison, a good test of how the difficulty is going to be. And I just want to race around Texas. I want to, with those difficulties, I want to see how competitive it is, because that race was not competitive at all. So we may need to bump it up even more, and I just want to get the right difficulty. It's really hard to gauge the difficulty, but when we get into season number 2, that's when the difficulty will be. Hopefully by then we'll have the difficulty down. Hopefully by the end of the season, and into the playoffs, we'll have the difficulty down. But obviously I want to win the championship, but we don't want to be dominating every single race on the way to winning the championship. That's not really realistic. So that's going to happen in the next race. But before then, make sure to smash the like button on the video, hit the notification bell, and the subscription button so you don't miss anything. And I will see you guys in the next one. See ya!